Hey, I'm Dusti Martin with the Martin Group at Platinum Living Realty. Today we're going to cover the Cave Creek and Carefree real estate market update. So buckle up, let's go. All right, our active listings are up almost 189% over this time last year, currently sitting at about 208 listings. But for what it's worth, year over year, last year was a little crazy. We'd have to go back to like 2019, 2018 till we started seeing like normal numbers. So keep that in mind. It's not all that bad. We're at active listings about 208. Normally we'd be somewhere in the 300s, low 300s usually. So we've got a ways to go. Our sold listings though, by comparison, are only down 53.2% over this time last year. And part of that might be because things are just more expensive. And a lot of people, with the election and everything going on, a lot of people were very apprehensive about what might happen with the economy and with housing. Remember, a lot of people still have PTSD from 2007, 8, 9, 10, when things got really hard here in Arizona. They're worried about that repeating itself. Not that it will. Conditions are much different now. But with that said, you just got to keep in mind that that's the internal dialogue that is in a lot of people's heads. Our median sale price per square foot, though, is up 2.9%. It's not the 10, 15, 20, 30, 60% that we have seen over the last 2 years in a lot of areas here in the Valley. But that's a good normal rate of appreciation. So that's good. And then when you couple that with, here we are, December 9th, 2022, and we are starting to see rates came down big time at the end of November, right before Thanksgiving, and then right again the first week of December. So that's great news, actually, for buyers and for those sellers going into the holiday season and the cooler months, January 1, when our buyers traditionally come back. So keep that in mind. 2.9% is normal. We are normal appreciation, finally. And people need to remember that real estate should and always has been considered a long-term investment and a hedge against inflation. So when inflation was going crazy, so were our home values, right? And so now inflation's starting to kind of contract a little, which has been the goal of raising the short-term interest rates. And so now our appreciation here in Cave Creek and Carefree is now showing normal rates of 2.9 appreciation year over year, currently sitting with a median price per square foot of just over $327 per square foot. Our months of supply, though, is up a lot, 517% over this time last year. But our months of supply is still only at 4.73. Now, that's not considered a seller's market, but it's not an even or stable market either. It's more even, more stable, but it's not quite exactly even yet. And our median days on market is up 75.9% over this time last year, but we're still only sitting at 51 days. If we were truly in an even, stable market, we would see days on market at about 90. We would see our months of supply at about 6 months. So depending on price point, there's a lot of variation. So hang on for a second, maybe pause it right here, get yourself a drink. We're going to break it down by price point. So whether you're looking to sell at a certain price point or buy in a certain price point, this is the next part that you want to pay attention to. By the way, could I get you to do me a huge favor? Hit that subscribe button. We are almost to 400 subscribers. I would love it if you could be one of the last ones to do so. All right, so moving on. Like I said, our months of supply overall for Cave Creek and Carefree is 4.73 months this past month. Our $0 to $100,000 price point, we don't have any data. We do have 2 homes, 2 properties in that price point, but they didn't sell and no new ones came on the market. So that tells me they might not be as desirable, or maybe they're smaller. Whatever the situation is, we don't really know what buyers are thinking in that price point because nothing's happening. Then in the $100,000 to $200,000 price range, there is no inventory. Therefore, there can be no sales. Therefore, we don't have any data. Then we have to jump down to the $200,000 to $300,000 price range. That is a white hot, just almost as hot as it was last year, seller's market with only a 1 month supply of inventory. mostly because there was only one property that came on the market in that price range and it sold, meaning we've only got 1 month of supply. Then our $300,000 to $500,000 price range is not much different at 1.2 months of supply. But again, only 6 homes were on the market and 5 of them sold, and nothing new came on the market. So still white hot territory there if you can get below that $500,000 mark. Then our bread and butter, our average homes now in Cave Creek and Carefree are in the $500,000 to $700,000 price range. That's our starter level, our entry level homes. And so those are at 3.58 months of supply, about 2 weeks inside of seller's market territory. So still a seller's market there, not by a lot, but it is. You should expect maybe 1 solid offer. You're going to want 10 showings in a month, and in those 10 showings, you're going to want 1 solid offer. If you don't get that offer, you are overpriced. Give me a call. I will explain how the rest of that works. Then we look at the $700,000 to $1 million price range, and they are at 3.25 months of supply. So actually a little less, so 3 months and a week. So again, you're not going to see a lot of multiple counter offers. You're not going to see inspections and appraisals waived, that kind of stuff. But like I said, you want that 10 showings in a month, and out of those 10 showings, you want 1 solid offer, which will probably come in somewhere around 97 to 98% of list price if you're priced appropriately. Then when we come in to the next price point, we're in the $1 to $3 million range, and there is a lot of inventory in Cave Creek and Carefree in this price range, which is not normal, but we have a lot of higher end homes here. And so a lot of those horse properties and custom homes that we see with the great views that we have out here, that's where the majority of our listings are now. There's 89 of them that were on the market in November. We're currently sitting at 9.89 months of supply. That is well inside buyer's market territory. So if you're getting ready to list your house, make sure you do those pre-inspections. Make sure you've got that fresh coat of paint, maybe some new carpet if you can swing it. And you know what? Don't try to shoot for the stars and price above the comps. You need to be pricing slightly below. There's going to be gentle downward pressure on the home values in that price range, simply because buyers have so much to choose from. And again, you should be looking, on average, it could take 9 or 10 months to sell your home. So if you want it to sell quickly, you need to price it in a manner that will get you that 10 showings in a month. Otherwise, you might only be getting 1 showing a month in 10 months. So you don't want to be chasing the market downward in that case. Then our $3 million price range, we are at a 15-month supply. However, $3 million and over is not the norm here in Cave Creek and Carefree. That is like top of the line, the best you can get in our area. And these properties don't come to market all the time. So we're only sitting with about 15 of those properties between the 2 towns, and only 1 of them sold. So keep that in mind. Whereas in the $1 to $3 million range, there was 89 properties and 9 of them sold. See what I'm saying about a much larger buyer pool? It's kind of the same. Once you hit that over $3 million mark, there are much, much less buyers for that property. And it's not really normal to see 15 of them on the market all at once in Cave Creek and Carefree. So that probably is likely playing into a lot of that. If you have any questions, or if you're wondering what your home would sell for in today's market, or if you're looking to buy in the area and you're wondering what you should expect in certain areas and neighborhoods around town, go ahead and give me a call, 480-717-9405, or visit my website at dustimartinrealtor.com.